So this season
Stop right
starts
there.
out with... Who the fuck are you?
We've known each other a long time, you and I.
I don't think so, man. I've just met your ass. Who are you? So, like, are you the... So are you just me that looks, like, slightly different?
Oh, I'm not like Anthony at all. Some would say I'm the reverse.
What the fuck does that mean?
What do you mean what it means?
Like, what does that mean, though? I'm saying, like, you know, like, what makes you the reverse of me, other than the fact that you're just wearing a different colored shirt? You didn't even bother changing your pants?
Listen, it's hot in this recording room, and I don't want to be in black pants.
So what are you here to do, then?
I'm mainly here to cause chaos.
We're not doing a very good job of it. I don't feel very threatened.
Fuck you, man.
Hey, how about instead of, like, raising chaos, you just, like, finish this video for me?
I'll do that, I guess.
That
yeah.
way the negative version of... You guys get the bit, right? That's what I'm doing here.
So anyway...
By the way, what makes you different is that you're also just wearing a snapback?
Yeah? Alright, so we're gonna get into bad Flash now, because these past few seasons have been absolute cock. Now you're gonna notice that reverse Anthony is much more negative than that Anthony. So, bear with me on this. So season 4 starts out with Iris being the leader of Team Flash for whatever reason. I don't know why, out of anyone in this fucking team, they felt she was the most qualified, considering she's the person who's there the least. And if she is there, I'm wondering, aren't you supposed to be a reporter? Barry comes back through this portal right in front of this bus, runs past it. He gets a new suit that the future version had of him in season 3. I actually like this suit. I know a lot of people rag on the CW for having too much leather, but, like, what can you do? Like, I think it looks cool. It's later revealed that when Flash came out of that portal, apparently a bunch of dark matter infused to everyone on that bus. They gotta find all of these people that Barry infused because it is his fucking fault. And it's later revealed that this Professor X dipshit ripoff comes in with his fucking spaghetti strings all over his head being like, I'm the thinker and I'm evil as shit. Let's go. And immediately I'm all like, bro, you look like shit. Like, I hate your outfit, man. Your outfit looks like absolute garbo. They find out that this DeVoe guy is played by this guy, who, by the way, I think does a good job at playing the thinker. I just think he's a really poorly written character. Actually, let me rephrase that. I know he's a really poorly written character because his plan is fucking stupid. For whatever reason, I guess the Flash wanted to copy Spider-Man Homecoming, where, like, he's learning the new functions of his suit. For whatever reason, the Flash turns into this fucking giant inflatable guy. It looks like the Spy Kids graphics from Spy Kids 2. Later on, Barry finally encounters the Thinker, fights him. There's this really cool scene where the Flash turns invisible because he vibrates so fast that the human eye can't see it. I thought that was really cool. I don't know why he doesn't ever use that. Again, in the show, that seems like a really useful function that you would like to have. They find more people who was infected on the blast. They fight some very forgettable metahumans. I'm not even gonna bother. I'm gonna bring up Ralph Dibny. Ralph Dibny, played by Hartley Sawyer, is introduced in the show, and I think he does an excellent job. I honestly think he is the best thing to come out of season 4. That and this one episode where Barry's fast enough to outrun a nuke, but all of that episode kind of makes no sense because he's never that fast again. We get introduced to characters who I couldn't give less of a shit about. We get introduced to the Iron Fist Amunet, who's fucking terribly written, and literally other characters that I don't remember. When Barry finally confronts DeVoe, and he's all like, yo, I know you're evil, and he's all like, cool, leave. Team Flash is all like, Barry, what were you thinking? You fucking idiot. But then he comes back again, and he's all like, guys, I talked to him again, and he said he's evil. Oh shit, bro, you're right. I don't understand why they don't just listen to Barry. I feel like Barry from the show isn't exactly one to just bring supervillains out of his ass. Barry knows a supervillain when he sees one. He learned that shit from Jay Garrick and Eobard Thawne. He knows it's like, all right, I'm pretty good at spotting these assholes before they fucking even show up as a supervillain. But for whatever reason, no one believes him. They're like, Barry, what do you think you're doing following up a lead like a good superhero? Don't do that. Then as the show goes on, DeVoe frames Barry for the death of himself. What DeVoe is able to do now because of stupid writing is he's able to put his brain into other people, so he just gets rid of the previous body. And that person who owns that body before is completely dead. He just throws that shit away. So for whatever reason, Barry, who hears the cops come in and sees the dead body on the ground, is all like, you know, later in the season, I'm fast enough to outrun a nuke, and I'm able to grab my cellmate, run him all the way across to China and back before the camera even turns all the way. But no, I can't get rid of this body. Me, a forensic expert who knows every way to get rid of a body without leaving any trace of evidence whatsoever, I'll just leave it here and get arrested because, you know, why not? And honestly, I was disappointed too because this is just a minor gripe. I thought they were going to show this scene from the end of season 1 where he looks at all the possible timelines and there's one of him like in handcuffs behind a pane of glass. I thought they were going to show that because he's going to prison. So logically that makes sense. You know, fuck continuity, right? It's only just one of the things, you know, that makes a show good. So Barry's in prison for a little bit and then there's this really bad, honestly, this is a very forgettable season. I'm just going to get to the part where Ralph dies because that's a good part. This is probably one of the best scenes in the entire season, honestly.
Fight it! I'll save you. You already did, Barry.
Ooh, that's some good shit. I wish there was more of that in the rest of this show now. So he takes over Ralph's body, and because of that, he's able to shapeshift back into his original douchey looking form. Oh yeah, wait, I forgot. Hold on. Side note, there's something I want to bitch about. Cecile Horton. I have nothing against the actress. I think she does a good job as playing Cecile, especially in the earlier seasons when she's just kind of a side character. I like seeing Joe have someone to be with. But then they made her a series regular, and for whatever reason, her pregnancy gave her telepathy. What? Now, I don't know about you guys, but I think that's really fucking stupid. I don't get why you had to do that. That's just so fucking dumb. So then, when she's pregnant in the thinker layer, because they're there for some reason, what they do is they essentially copy the Matrix. The Flash goes into his mind and then gets Ralph out of there, and then when they escape, Ralph just wiggles back into life and DeVoe's defeated. It's done. But the bullshit satellite that he put up there to fuck up everyone's Wi-Fi and kill everyone, they still have to destroy it. So Barry and character, who's his daughter that we don't know yet because she hasn't been introduced, helps him destroy the thing, and it looks awesome. At the end of the season, I'm like, this season fucking sucked. It was just so goofy. They literally say hashtag feminism in an episode.
Hashtag feminism. Hashtag feminism. Hashtag feminism.
Show, how do you expect me to take you seriously now if you're treating me like an idiot? There's this one scene where Barry and Iris are laying down, and Barry says, someone said that they spotted DeVoe.
This guy says he saw DeVoe on 5th and Knoll 2 days ago.
Because they fucking made it like world renowned that he's a bad guy now, and they're like, this means he can't hide from us anymore.
This means DeVoe can't hide from us anymore.
What the fuck are you talking about, Barry? Have you snorted too much Velocity 7 or 9, whatever it's called? What do you mean he can't hide from you anymore? This asshole can literally shapeshift not only to anyone he wants, but to anything he wants. He is playing Gmod Prop Hunt on the easiest difficulty. So Nora Allen gets introduced. By the way, good casting. Jessica Parker Kennedy. She does a really good job for what she's given. I think she's written poorly by the end, but I think in the beginning they found a good sweet spot with her. She actually looks like a mixture of Grant Gustin and Candace Patton, so good casting there. And she has the cute, awkward mannerisms that Barry has, and like the sureness that Iris has, like the assertiveness. So I thought that was good. But then they introduced Cicada, and Cicada is the most boring Flash villain I've ever fucking seen. He's so poorly written, he's so poorly executed, there's nothing redeemable about him. He's just such a boring character. Whenever he's playing Cicada, he just looks like some asshole in an Assassin's Creed cosplay and a Bane mask on. When he's not in character playing Cicada, he just grunts through everything. When he loses his niece, he says, all metas will die.
Every meta will die. Why should I believe you, Flash?
Listen, bro, I don't take you seriously. Like, I don't, man. I don't blame the actor because, honestly, I don't like blaming the actors or actresses just because, as much as I am an asshole, I don't like to be too big of one. I'm sure in other stuff he's probably fine, but I'll tell you one thing. In this show, he fucking sucks. He's fucking terrible. There's nothing likable about this character. They give Flash a new suit. From the neck down, he looks cool. From the top, he looks like a bobblehead. He looks fucking stupid. It's just such a forgettable season. Like, honestly, there's not even other stuff to talk about. Nora can reverse time, kind of somewhat. There's just one episode where she has to keep on reversing time because Cicada keeps on killing everyone. The mid-season finale for this was good. It was directed by Tom Cavanagh. He goes to the past event of cool parts in each season. So he goes to the end of season 3 where he gets Savitar. He goes to the middle of season 2 when he loses his powers. And he goes to season 1/season 2 part where he meets Eobard, but he's as Barry when he knows who he is. It's cool. It's a cool episode, and that part's awesome. And then it's later revealed Eobard is the mastermind behind sending Nora to the past to meet her father and all that jazz. Because, God, it's just... I'm exhausted explaining this because it's not fun to talk about. Season 5 is just boring. They basically found out that there's a cure for metahumans, which I don't like. I feel like part of the coolness of being a metahuman is that since there's no cure, something you can't take back. Once you're stuck with it, you're stuck with it. I like consequence. But they just have this easy thing where they're like, oh, we can cure you. It's another thing that they've done is that they made Cisco so unlikable now. He used to be the cool, nerdy guy who was excited for everything. And I'm okay with him being more jaded because he's been through some stuff in these past seasons. But they've made it to where he's just a bummer now. And then for whatever reason, when they fight Cicada, they're all like, oh, we'll get rid of his dagger. Hey, Vibe, don't put it on an alternate universe where there's no possible way he can get it. Just throw it in outer space. You fucking idiot. Of course that wasn't gonna work. And then he just flies away because he can do that. This season is so bad. It's actually hurting me. So, and then they reveal that the niece is the cicada from the future, who's like it's just so fucking stupid. I'm just gonna end it here. Season 5 ends with Nora dying, Reverse Flash being incredibly underused, except for this scene. This scene is cool. And then that's how it ends. Honestly, I genuinely can't remember how the ending finale is, but who cares? I forgot to mention, when they put Godspeed in, what a horrible way to introduce Godspeed. A really cool character who looks awesome. His suit looks cool, but he as a character in this is just fucking stupid. So now we are caught up to season 7. We see Barry chasing another dipshit version of Godspeed because, you know, why have one good character when you're gonna have just a bunch of shitty ones?
Who are you and what are you doing in Central City?
There is one cool episode where Cisco finds out that Gypsy was killed, and I liked seeing that. That was a really cool episode. It was cool to see Cisco kind of like use his brain to solve. I don't mind episodes that aren't completely centered on the Flash. At least make them interesting. So then it's later revealed that the villain of the thing is a partner of Caitlin, known as Bloodwork. Basically, his gripe is he has a disease that there is no cure for, and he's somewhat mad at his mom for just giving up on life because she was kind of dying and there was nothing really she could do. But he took that as like a form of just giving up. Whereas he doesn't want to give up, he finds a way to basically have his blood constantly healing, but then he looks like a scary monster. And this is where the show actually got interesting for me. The Flash got a new suit, the action was cool, the villain actually looked scary, and whenever he killed people, they would stay dead. They would literally melt. There was no way for these people to come back. They were deader than dead. He was actually a cool villain. And then I like that Barry was expecting to die in the Crisis event. He's preparing to leave the Protector of Central City spot open for Ralph, which I thought was super cool. It was cool seeing Ralph come this far, and then Barry ends up fighting Bloodwork. It ends up leading to a really cool, interesting episode where Barry talks about the resentment he has for the Speed Force. And I thought that was really interesting. It was just such a cool scene because you see the Speed Force is something that's so easy to use to help people, but all it's ever done for Barry is just taking people away. I thought that was incredible. I wish the entire season was more of this, but it wasn't. He fixes that really quick, and then they throw away Bloodwork. And then they introduce this new villain who's Mirror Master 2.0 and the Crimson Chin, her husband. They're in this weird, corrupt, evil business known as Black Hole, where people wear really stupid reflective jackets and shoot laser beams. And it bothers me because the show is treating you like an idiot. And there's another scene where Amunet and Golden Face, not played by John Krasinski unfortunately, there's literally a scene where Barry and Iris watch them have sex because it's during a Valentine's Day episode. Excuse me, Flash Riders, hi, you have appeared to have dropped this. I would like to give it back to you. And hopefully you can do some good with it. And as I'm watching this, I'm like, am I legitimately watching a scene where Barry Allen is in his Flash suit, sitting along Iris, you know, like swaying to the moment as if they're watching their kid play on a playground, when in reality they're watching two supervillains fuck? What is this? What am I watching? This isn't the Flash. Remember when we had good moments like this?
You didn't save her. Why? Why? You could have had the life you wanted. You could have had everything you ever wanted! I already do.
Well, now we have moments like this.
I'd hold you forever, but that still wouldn't be enough time together.
The sight of your eyes fills my heart with gold.
Did it work?
And immediately they get rid of Bloodwork, who was a way more interesting villain than fucking Black Hole. And then obviously the end of the season gets a bit worse, but obviously due to COVID, they couldn't finish the product that they wanted. Like, it wasn't obviously gonna be as good. That part I understand, but even so, the writing where there's now an evil version of Iris that's a mirror. Actually, in the beginning, I'm like, I actually prefer this version of Iris compared to the old one. She's actually much more pleasant. And then she starts turning into like a bitch, and I'm like, okay, you can go back now. I can't believe I'm saying this, but I want the old Iris back. And then other mirror versions of evil fucking characters come in. It doesn't fucking matter. Now, I don't know if I ever explained why I don't like Iris on the show, and I'm gonna explain why. She's just a bad character. Now listen, this has nothing to do with Candace Patton's performance. I think she as an actress does fine. I think she's actually really good in the first season. I think that's the most likable Iris is. But throughout the show goes on, she just becomes so fucking annoying. She's just a gigantic pain in the ass who can never see it from Barry's perspective. And I'm like, bro, like, can you just be pleasant for 3 seconds? Can we get Patty back in here? Is she still single? I hope so. Like, my God. god, like honestly, I think it would have been a bold move for the show if they had kept Iris in the show, but he would have stayed with Patty. I think that would have been a good way to differentiate them from the comic books. The Arrow did that. He's not dating Black Canary, he's dating an entirely new character that the show created, known as Felicity Smoke. And honestly, they're way better together than Oliver and Laurel, so I don't understand why there's so much this force Barry and Iris are meant to be together. These two dipshits who have absolutely nothing in common. It's just so fucking stupid. I don't understand why this show just can't take itself seriously anymore. Like, the first season did that great. You've got Reverse Flash killing people left and right. You've got Zoom slaughtering entire police force. You've got Savitar, as shitty as a villain as he kind of is, you've got him stabbing Iris through the chest. Meanwhile, you've got dipshit Professor X. You've got Discount Bane in Jedi robes. And then you have a genuinely cool character, a guy who looks actually threatening, who's played by Kelly Kapoor's husband. I'm into this. But then it's like, nah, we're gonna go back to the goofy section where we have people wrapped in tinfoil and chrome, like we're in that future episode of SpongeBob, and then we're shooting laser tag at each other as if we're at Chuck E. Cheese. And another thing that bothers me is that I feel like they don't know what to do with Jesse L. Martin anymore. They don't know what to do with Joe. In the first 2 seasons, Joe is incredible. Actually, I would say in basically all of the scenes he's in, he does a great job. I love Joe West. You have great scenes where he tells Barry this.
Then I don't think I can lose you.
You won't ever lose me. Ever, you hear me? Ever.
But then, later in the show when he gets taken by Cicada, he's like, oh, I guess I'm here now. You won't win. What about when you got taken by Weather Wizard? He brought so much more emotion into that. But now, he's walking into the Crimson Chin's house saying like, I know you're bad. What are you talking about? I wasn't there at 5:30 p.m. setting a bomb. I didn't say you did any of that. Ah, you got me, Joe. It was me. I did it. Well, guess what? I've been recording you this whole time. Oh, really? Well, guess what? I have someone here to kill you. And meanwhile, in this entire interaction that I'm watching, I'm just going, what the fuck is happening? Who are you again? Joe, what are you doing? You're a good detective. Why are you just showing him that you have an audio thing of this? This is so fucking stupid. Any of the problems I have here, it's none of the actors or actresses' fault. It's just the writing. Speaking of writing, this is gonna pain me the most. I love Tom Cavanagh, but I'm sick of his other incarnations of Harrison Wells. My problem with Tom Cavanagh's Harrison Wells now is that they're all just laughable characters. You have this one episode where it's like, it's the Council of Wells. You're like, okay, you're clearly just copying Rick and Morty, the Council of Ricks. And you have like these different goofy incarnations of Harrison Wells, and it's all like, bro, like what is this? Now it's like they've got Sherlock Wells. Who the fuck gives a fuck about Sherlock Wells? Fuck off. I don't care about that shit. He's not interesting and he talks weird. Like this is just goofy. They got rid of Harry in season 4 by making him really fucking stupid. And then they introduce another version of Harrison Wells who's called Nash Wells. Listen, I'll be real with you. I don't mind Nash. He's all right. There's the one episode where the Reverse Flash comes back and it's him versus the other versions of Harrison Wells that he's met. That episode's great. Tom Cavanagh fucking sells the performance like a motherfucker in that. It's awesome. Can we just bring him back as Eobard Thawne? Just have him be a main character. I don't give a shit about any of these Harrison Welleses anymore. I don't give a shit about this one. I don't give a shit about this one. I don't give a shit about this one. I sure as hell don't give a shit about this one. These are the only good 4 incarnations of Harrison Wells. Everyone else sucks. They're just boring and they're meant to like make you laugh and just be for comedic value. And don't get me wrong, Tom Cavanagh's fucking hilarious. He's hilarious as HR, but at the same time, it's like you've got to pick a right version of the tone. And this tone is trying to just go for more goofiness. I'm like, what happened to the seriousness that I fell in love with? What happened to the good writing? I miss the days when a death actually meant something. I miss the days when characters were actually sad. I miss the days when there were actually goofy moments that were genuinely funny. But now it's just like, here's some bad writing and some shitty jokes. Put them together and you've got the most recent seasons of The Flash. Making this video genuinely kind of sucked for me. Mostly because I procrastinate, but also because I love this show. This show has so much nostalgia for me. When I didn't have friends when I first moved here, I had my shows, and this was one of them. And now that I've seen it just gone so off the rails, the writers, it's like, they don't give a shit about what they're writing anymore. Now, before I end this video, I'm gonna do a quick little rant about Hartley Sawyer. Not him, but what happened. For those of you who don't know, Hartley Sawyer got fired due to the fact that he said some dumb tweets like a while ago. Now listen, I'm gonna be real with you guys. I can't stand this shit. I can't stand it when we go look back in someone's past and try to like find a reason to fire them. I saw some of his tweets. They're not funny. They're not clever. They're just stupid. But you know what? So are people. And not only that, it's not like he stood by it. When that shit came out, he's like, listen guys, I am so sorry about if I offended anyone. I was making dumb jokes. I'm so sorry. But people were all like, no, that's not good enough. We want to get you removed from the show. And I just think that's so fucking stupid. Because guess what? I can guarantee you, yes, you, the viewer watching, who disagrees with me on this, you you have at least said something incredibly horrible, fucked up, stupid, whatever. The only difference is it's not on the internet. You didn't tweet it. You didn't record it. But nonetheless, it's there. But now people try to take this moral high ground of this person who's an actor. He said a bad tweet about a year ago. Let's fucking get him fired. Like, that's so fucking obtuse. That is so stupid. It's fucking dumb. It's so ridiculous that people go through this much effort to fire someone. It's dumb. Hartley Sawyer, who, by the way, who said some dumb stuff in those tweets. I'm not defending his tweets, but if you look at anything he's done recently, he's changed. He's an avid pit bull supporter, which is a point for me because I love pit bulls. I think they're wonderful animals. Now, he's an actor who's an avid pit bull supporter, who's vegan, who said some dumb shit. You haven't said dumb shit before? Now, for those of you cancer culture inducing, fedora wearing Redditors who want to get this guy fired for some dumb shit he said, grow some balls, man, okay? He said some dumb shit. You've said some dumb shit. Yes, you. Definitely you. You have definitely said some fucking dumb shit. Only difference is that it's not on the internet. Or maybe it is and someone just hasn't found it yet. So stop taking this moral high ground as if you're better than someone because he said a stupid tweet ages ago. Get over it. So anyway, that's my rant on Hartley Sawyer. Hartley Sawyer, if you're watching this, which you're not, I already know you're not, you deserve it better, man. I am so sorry that you got fired from this show, but you know what? Maybe it was a blessing in disguise because from what I can tell, this show's just gonna go downhill from here. The writing sucks, the jokes are bad, nothing is taken seriously anymore, and the one character that I actually thought was being done well, they took him out because of some dumb shit he said in a tweet that he already apologized for. Now I wanna be clear too, it made me sad to make this video. It's something I wanted to say for a long time. I've always had these opinions, I've just finally got the camera and the equipment to do it now. I'll always love the first 2 seasons and like the 3rd season. They have a very special place in my heart. Everything after that, though, is just downhill. They don't give a shit, except for that beginning part in season 7 when Bloodwork shows up. But even then, it all just fucking sucks now. Thank you so much, fatheads, for watching this video, and I will see you in the next one. See ya.